What up? It's your boy T-Bear and reaction today. Doing makeup, this is gonna be like a leftover with makeup and stuff that's I don't have a category for. But anyway, so about to check this video I came across from Navie though. So this is a video got called "What Every Producer Can Learn from All the Dogs" by Drake. I gotta say, Drake's new album's pretty cool. I didn't finish listening to the whole thing yet though. But right now my favorite song is the 3 a.m. in Charlotte though. Actually did a cover beat of it as well too. It was on my Instagram and my TikTok as well too. I put the link on for that video as well too. I might upload on YouTube, depends on how many views I get. But other than that, yeah, this is gonna be interesting and want to check out from Navie. You know what I mean? Shout out to Navie. Always, this is gonna be not only just a reaction, but a learning process for myself as well too. Cause you know, I'm kind of, like I said, I make beats as well too, like just for fun. Right now it's just for fun and whatever. But if it becomes that good, I might make something out of it. But other than that, without further ado, let's check out this video from Navie about what every producer can learn from All the Dogs by Drake. Let's get it.
Has Drake lost his touch? His last 3 albums have drawn marginal reviews and people are starting to ask, what happened to the old Drake?
I just pray for a day where Drake gets back to writing more focused albums.
Well, with his new album, For All the Dogs, that's exactly who Drake says he's bringing back. And to help him, he's brought back his production team who got him here in the first place. Guys like 40, Boy Wonder, Finals, and many more, all to help him build a sound that his fans will like again. So what do you think? Did it work? Is this album truly for all the dogs? Personally, when I played this album for a dog, he didn't seem all that interested.
The money is autonomous. Shout out Oliver North.
But when I played him my For All the Dog type beats, I don't want to brag or anything, but let's just say Drake should have called me for this album. But whatever your feelings are on this album, when you break down the beats on it, there are some really unique ideas. So today I want to talk about the creative production ideas on this album, what makes them so unique, and how you can use some of these ideas in your beats as well. And if this video gets at least 1,000 likes, I'll even drop my own highly anticipated album, For All the Ducks. Now let's start off with the first beat and what many people say is the best song on this album, First Person Shooter.
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just 2 guys playing shit that they did in the studio.
And the producers on this beat really show off some cool sampling ideas. First off, this is the sample that was used for the beat.
I'm the man for you.
Now, after the sample gets pitched down 3 semitones, take a listen to how it sounds.
I'm the man for you.
Most of the sample is a guy singing alongside a piano, but there's another section in the sample that gets used for the actual beat. This part of the sample sounds much bigger. We have these strings and organs and horns, which helps the beat sound much more interesting and lush. Now, when it comes to the actual chops that were used, there's something unique happening here as well. First off, there's a mix between forwards and backwards chops, which is something you don't see often. You probably didn't hear it there, so let me play it again.
Nope.
These 3 chops make up the core of the loop. You can see the first 2 were played backwards, whereas the last one was played forwards. But the part I find interesting is how fluid this sounds. The reason why, you can hear, is that we get a continuation of the vocal in the sample from the last chop back to the first one, and this helps the loop sound much more fluid. If we compare this to using a slightly different chop, one that didn't have a vocal as we loop back around, you can hear it feels more abrupt and less like a clean loop. So a really smart idea here in placing that chop to carry that vocal over. But you can see this beat is pretty much a 1-bar loop, and so we get another useful production idea in this beat, so it isn't as repetitive. Here, once we bring in the bass pattern with our drums, this is one version of the loop, but this isn't the only bass pattern that's in this beat. We also have the second one, which has a different rhythm and timing, helping prevent the beat sound as stale. Overall, some really cool sampling and bassline ideas here. Another beat that I found impressive for the same reason is Amen.
This one I ain't do yet. I ain't do this one yet.
One thing that's unique about this beat is that the producers stick
He's
to
a
the
touchdown,
time
okay.
signature of the original sample, found here.
There's a lot of gospel sample on this album, I see.
So here we have a sample that's in 3/4 and the beat is the same, meaning instead of having 4 beats for every bar like so, 1, 2, 3, 4, then back, we only have 3 beats per bar. 1, 2, 3, then back. Now what I find unusual about this beat is how the sample is used, partly because of which chops are made and what's actually omitted. Take a look at what's going on and pay attention to the cursor in the sample. You can see instead of using the sample just as a loop, we have certain parts that get skipped over. Not to mention, we also have some chops that are slowed down and others that are sped up. But one other thing that jumped out to me is how many producers obsess over getting every sound in the sample on time and on grid with 0 imperfections. But you can see if we examine what's going on in the waveform of this beat, we have sounds play at off times. Like here we have a hi-hat that's not on grid and is sticking out. Same with this one over here. These sounds are kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's not a problem once all the other drums get added in to mask these small imperfections. So if you're a sample-based producer, just know that small imperfections like this won't instantly ruin your beat all the time. After this, we have that big 808 that comes in and really helps provide a strong progression for the beat. As you heard with the drums in the sample, it's harder to get a feel for the music. But once that 808 comes in, it really helps provide the musical direction for the song. So don't feel like the sample has to carry all the weight for every beat that you make. Now the beat that had everyone talking.
Now, the one thing that I do struggle with is like trying to use 808. It's well the bass as well too though. Like I struggle with it at times, like finding the right one or using it and like because sometimes I feel like I never use it. But yeah.
Especially when it first came out was Virginia Beach. And so here's how this beat was put together. The part that gets used is this huge part full of orchestral strings and singing, which is pitched up 5 semitones.
Be right back. I'm back. Had to check on one man out. Like he knocked out sleep. Anyway, let's make sure he's still sleeping. And he was. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. And also wanted to find my hard drive so I can hook my MPC up so I can possibly play up my cover of one of the songs that you will probably talk about as well too. Hopefully he does talk about this one, the 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I think I said 3 p.m. If I said 3 a.m. in Charlotte, this guy finished watching Adrian Crockett's spoof on that though. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
And what the producers do for this beat is play this in reverse and just create a few chops that occur on the note changes. And for the most part, that's it for the sample, alongside the drums with a pretty intricate hi-hat pattern and the 808.
So boy, police section. Yeah.
But the part I appreciate about this beat is the sample itself, which is this. It's a Frank Ocean song from around 10 years ago. And oftentimes I see snobbery when it comes to sampling, where certain people say that you must sample songs that are from the 70s and older. But here we see the producers using a contemporary sample. And
see, no. Long as the sample sounds good as hell, it don't matter what era it's from, man. Like that was a snobbish response that folks say that you gotta be. No, not out of sample. If you listen to some of the newer songs sample, even the boom bap stuff that sounds sample, they're sampling stuff from the 2000s and late 90s, man. It's crazy. Like late 90s, 2000s. I mean, we're in the 2020. We're in 2020. I mean, you should be able to sample stuff that's in the 20s, the 2000, the late 90s, and 2010 by now, man, for real. Even hell, 2020s. I mean, it sound good. Shoot, rappers back then was not only rappers in the 80s were sampling not only the stuff from the 70s, 60s, they were sampling random current stuff as well too. You know what I mean? Because the hook, they like the for a hook or the sounds good as well too. Same with 90s, same with 2000s, same with 2010s as well too. I mean, so that's a snobbish response to say that it must be a 70s sample. No, it don't. I mean, you can sample from any era, any genre, and every decade era, for real, man. But anyway, keep going.
Before you start looking down on them, just remember J Dilla.
Exactly.
One of the greatest sample-based producers to do it made this beat in the 90s, which sampled this song, also from the 90s.
Exactly. And again, you'd be surprised that some timeless some songs that sound like something from like the 70s, 60s, 50s are made in 2000s as well too. Though you'd be surprised, like especially because like I said, I found a lot of stuff on TrackLib, like stuff that was in it because a lot of folks are like, got the old time soul and like to bring it back in a new era, or something I'm saying. So yeah, including the one he kind of made a song about Esperanza Spalding as well too. So yeah, and it's your name, Joel Sample, who's using a sample, but still, I mean, that's a snobbish response. Whoever said that, like, that should you don't. Either if it's a producer, then you should know better. But if it's not, then you don't know production or sampling. That's all I'm gonna say.
So if you're ever in need of a sample, don't be afraid to look for songs just from a few years ago, even if the sample snobs get their undies in a bunch. And finally, the last beat that I want to look at is one that's really cool to see, 8 a.m. in Charlotte.
This is the one right here. Again, I feel like I think I said on the proof I said 3 a.m. because it's 3 p.m. because this thing was like 3 p.m. in Woodland, something like that. Yeah, a.m. Charlotte. Shout out to the conductor. I'm gonna try to see if I can display a little bit of my cover of it. But anyway, in case you don't feel like looking for my Twitter or my TikTok or my Instagram.
The money speaking for itself, I call it fortune tell. 5 top from a bitch that work at corporate sales.
Which was produced by Conductor Williams, who actually has his own YouTube channel.
Yes,
I suggest you check it out because he breaks down his beats all the time on his channel. Maybe he'll break down this one, but until then,
you
you're stuck with me.
Okay.
So here is a sample that was used.
Hey, look what year it's from. 2023. And it was and this is like a sound. It's a sound library there, but look who it's from. 2023. Yeah, it's probably old. From the pictures, it's probably old, but still.
And just like we talked about, this sample is from 2023, but it sounds like it was from the 60s or 70s.
Exactly.
So again, don't feel like sample stubbornness is going to get in your way. No. You can find great samples everywhere. But here's how this beat was made. It's pretty raw. We have just one chop played 3 times, and the last time it gets used, it just runs for longer. But there are a couple of things about this beat that I find interesting. For one, to make a short switch up, Conductor drops the drums out from the beat, but he also does something else. He uses a different piece from the sample as well. And I like this because oftentimes I see some laziness from other producers where they just keep the same loop playing, drop the drums, and call that a switch up. So it was cool to see some extra effort done for this one. But what I also like are the drums themselves.
Simple, nice and simple.
We've talked about this before. Conductor Williams is probably most known for his work with Griselda up to late, making more modern boom bap beats. And we see some influence of modern boom bap with this beat, which is something I've covered a lot of in the past. So if you like this beat, I'd recommend checking out the video next to me. It will help you learn more about this style of beat. But yeah, those are some cool ideas inside of Drake's latest album that I really enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this album.
Like this was a good video as well too. And of course I got to break down my Oh, sorry. Nothing beat me because I'm like crap. So I did my own little. Let me turn it up a little closer here. I did my own little I did my own little. And think about it. I feel like it sounds exactly alike. Just my drum set might be slightly different. Like you think I probably put this on my NBC just to play. Oh, so I can't see it. That's I hit something. Oops. I think I hit something and we're overdubbing now, baby. Oh, okay. I hit the sample. That's what it is. Now, see, I want to see if I can try to put the whole sample chops in the drums in one little one little track. But nah, for now I got. Listen. Just to prove I'm not, I ain't like put this on my joint. Oops. You might see my big old stomach too. Anyway, here you go. Let me move that out the way. Let me move that out the way a little bit. But anyway, let's see where we go. And then next you know I got go sample one in. Cool. So there you have it. So yeah, I did my cover. Like I said, I got a YouTube clip of the cover as well too. But you don't feel like looking on YouTube. I mean not YouTube. TikTok and Instagram. If you don't feel like looking at it, then this is why I did this here as well too. Though I mean, other than that, I might upload that same clip on YouTube. But it's anyway. If you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, I'm like subconscious, so I'm doing with weight. I did with a little body image issue lately, but other than that, it's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.